empower you to follow
Stoker
your own
back now.
path.
Stoker hit it.
Be the red sheep.
Nikki ran a
With up to
piece of
20%
it, and
lower
I want to
spreads
see some
on
more
your-
detail into this. So it'd be cool to see where this goes.
Team, welcome back to the channel, man. As always, I'm
a
stoked
board
pumped up
director.
to see you. So, man, I have been
Definitely
inundated
first sergeant. So
with questions about the whole story.
Nikki's a medic, so
Of what was
it's
going
interesting
on
to get a
and what
couple
I
of
shared
different
on TikTok
perspectives.
and in the short video I posted the other day. So that would take a few minutes to help unpack this a little bit, right? So a couple thoughts and observations. Like, I don't know much about TikTok. I'm still trying to get the ins and outs. I think the only thing I know how to do is post a video. I mean, obviously I learned how to
Like
stitch
Instagram,
a video,
Snapchat.
so
Yeah.
I guess there's that. But you know, I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. But I do know that if you visit somebody's page, you can scroll up or down to watch other videos. And in particular, this particular case, when you stitch somebody, that individual is tagged in my post, and so if you visit their page and scroll up or down, you can watch other videos. Because in TikTok, you know, you don't get the long answer, you don't get the long story, you get the short story. So as much as I or you or anybody else would love to see a 5-minute video to help put things in context, that's just not how TikTok works. Like, sorry, I don't make this up. You get 1 to 3 minutes. And so when you do get into this, you'll see that individual shared a couple other videos, and what you would see ultimately is a junior soldier
Well, my first thought about it was it's a
repeatedly
private.
saying
Why
that
he
he's
didn't
trying
go
to move,
to
he's
the
trying to back up,
superior
and he's trying
of
to
that
share some
force
thoughts about this after the fact.
was
Basically
insane
explains
to
to
me.
us
Go to a
that
sergeant.
this
Go
private
to
had walked out
somebody.
of a building
It's like a disrespect charge.
without his blouse or without his jacket or
I
without
mean,
his coat on.
it's like it's not just protocol. It's
individual,
any protocol. It's like,
who
is
ended
that
up
the
going,
right law? Is this something
bananas
that I'm personally not right
Heads
about?
told him, hey man,
Is
put your stuff on.
videotaped it.
So the
General
guy
will tell you
complied,
you got the
put on his
camera.
jacket,
Feel like you've
and
been sexually
allegedly,
harassed or any other thing.
was talking to his
Do
battle
it.
buddy,
Take it
another
and then
service
get the
member.
legal on that.
and
That's
this individual
really
who
doesn't matter
was
what
going
you're
irate felt that he was talking about him
in the stone mill.
and being
That doesn't seem
disrespected,
safe,
and
right?
that is when he went off.
I'll still do
So
it.
what we
If something
have
happens
here
to me, I'm glad I
ultimately,
have the-
obviously, is
glad I
one
have the
side
video.
of the
Secondly, on
story.
that,
We don't know the whole story, and again, you know, at the end of the day, team, I said it in the video, and this chewed on a lot of people.
after
right?
action.
I don't care what the
Article
backstory
15,
is,
I think is what it is.
and I do care.
That's
like, I would
you're
love to
helping the
see him
army
be able to address
by
that.
addressing that private
But what I really cared about
negligence.
was somebody
Good
completely
for the goose, good for the
losing
gander.
their bearing. Now, look, team, check this out. Now, I'm gonna get this out there. I have been known to lose my bearing in the past. I am all for corrective training. I'm all for tough and realistic training.
Problem with mine is it winds up being
I'm all for putting boot.
a wage fraud,
to-
time fraud problem in the mill.
If you can
And I'm not
finish the
trying to win
last
some
of that,
damn
let me know down in the
lawsuit.
comments. You
know
don't
what
have
I
to
mean?
finish it down in the comments below, but let me know
I could
what
care
you
less
know,
about the lawsuit.
what the rest of the story
Just
is,
wanted
right?
people to
Putting
do
boot
work. Can't stand bosses sitting in the fucking office with their feet up. Doesn't matter how big you are.
I'm all for
Everybody's got grind.
using our volume.
Do I
using
consider
our
this work? Yeah, I
intensity
consider this work.
to get the story across.
If I was the devil in the room and we
to
all
get
know the
point
stories,
across,
it's
to
more
get the
about
message through.
it's more about work than it's like
Had
you can pick
something
any
sim-
topic
even
up
if
from mine.
something
Remember the
similar had
Article
been
15
said,
note that I put into it by the
in
video?
a training
Like,
environment.
you know how much work
certainly
you have to go
in
through to
an
kind of
employed
understand the
environment,
context of the physics
where
on
maybe
that?
on a range, right, where life is on the line. I could have seen it a little bit more acceptable, right? Does that make sense?
Fire control.
But this was none of these things. This is in some type of garrison environment. It seems to be an AIT location, right? By somebody who's not serving as an NCO
It's
at the
a real
time.
nasty argument about the First Amendment. It's a
Not in
real
uniform.
nasty argument about what the First
Berating
Amendment
a service
that wobbles in the room. Gravity, sunshine. What time is it?
That's where I was speaking into. No matter what led to this moment, there's this moment
Second
in
Amendment
time
right here, man. Freedom of assembly, right to bear arms.
that's not right.
Yeah, it's nasty.
Because, see, the truth is, friends, that even in
Like First Amendment's religion.
a different
Second
environment,
Amendment's
even if it was a tactical environment, even if it was something else that
bear
was going on,
arms.
maybe
I don't
we were at a
exactly remember
range.
the numbers. It's been a while since I had a conversation about it. You don't usually use it in context.
When I start using
More like
corrosive
practical.
language directed to a person,
Bernoulli's numbers, not field theory.
I'm in the wrong.
But that's the
I
beauty
can
on it. You
use
had to have
corrosive
field theory
language
about the
about my cup.
Declaration
In
of Independence before it was really
It even tells you. Right?
disappointment war.
If I look at my cup, if I talk about my cup and I say, has anybody seen my cup? That's one thing. This is an inanimate object.
No. This
Right?
is
Does that make sense?
this is actually your
This-
halo.
This is, no,
Mathematically.
regardless of how woke you are, this is not
Feel
a
me out,
male
Stoker.
cup. This is not a
It's a
female
mathematical
cup. This is
toro.
not.
It's also
It
a
has
Klein
no
bottle.
gender. It is not a them,
It's a
they,
general's
or
map.
nothing.
It's
It
what
is
do you
a
mean? It's
freaking
like, well,
cup.
look at Stoker here.
Bottom line in the story.
His
I can't hurt the cup's feelings.
cup.
I may hurt somebody's
You know,
feelings.
it's like, why
by
did that
using,
get so far? All right, so you know
abrasive
Butters,
language.
an old man, when
But it is
he
not
gets
abusive to my
rice-a-roni
cup.
in his
My
coffee.
cup doesn't care. My cup can take it all.
That is the coffee stain. What is on the
Give me
general's
more.
desk? And now, general's not supposed to have coffee stains. It's like, what
At
is
the
so wrong
moment,
in the world?
I turn that
that
language
general-
to another person. I'm in the wrong. Regardless of the scenario or the situation.
You're right.
I've forgotten how
General
to do a
shouldn't
lot
snap.
in the past year.
You should be
Especially
able
how
to
to talk
think
to people in real
focused
life.
inside there,
Yesterday,
but
my mail
back to the first.
And that was my point.
You're not God.
So it's inundated with
The ground is God, especially in the military. That's
plethora.
like one
Right,
of the
this is
few
one of our
places
favorite
where it's
words,
like
a plethora
Uncle Sam.
of
You are in
comments.
Uncle Sam's fridge right now.
Some
This
of which
is not
about
your fridge.
Top
This
man,
is
you
Uncle
should
Sam's
care about the
fridge.
backstory.
And that goes back
Others,
to
like,
Article
dude,
15's
you're
incident
a
reports, information gathering, recon.
leader,
You could have
all
put
kinds
down a
of
bigger problem.
crazy.
I mean, you wound up.
nice
I would say the guy that got
comments.
yelling at
This
it,
one
the
fellow left,
DOJ
some
or
words.
DOD guy in here.
and
You know, it's like,
we're really kind of
what were you thinking, dude? It's like, look how
towards me personally.
in there you are right now.
Which
It's
I'm a
like you
big
could have
boy,
separated
right?
this,
I
had
can take
all
that.
the good inside of this,
But then I go and click
'cause you
on
caught
the fellow's
somebody doing something,
picture to get
and
to the profile.
they would have been rewarded you
It's all
for
about
it.
his faith and his
Thank
family.
you
and
for
I just
telling me.
Can't help but think.
Appreciate
This
it.
what this
Where to
video
go from
actually
there?
comes
It's
back
just
to.
arbitrary
right?
problems. Maybe that's all it ever
It is
was.
so easy.
But if
in
that
today's
one
age, to say
was a
whatever we
stack
want
on
online,
top of a
there's
bunch
no
of other
repercussions,
ones.
right? You can leave a comment down below.
Gotta
You
do
can go
the
to my
42.
TikTok. You can do whatever you want, and say the craziest, hurtful, untrue, whatever things in the world, and nobody's ever going to be held accountable,
It's a mess for that.
right?
Split core,
Just like it is so easy
full pin, double spring, modified key.
to yell at a private, to make that private demonstrate some discipline. To hold the private accountable is so easy. I see it all the time, even with our especially
anybody
all of our
accountable.
junior soldiers, right? Who gets the vast majority of Article 15s and negative
Generals
counseling,
that
event-oriented
forget that they're
counseling?
people.
The
Big
specialist
guy
and
that
below.
forgets to use energy.
Meanwhile,
one
they
trick
see some
ponies.
of their NCOs show up late, and nothing happens.
This is AR-15 0-1.
Team, we can do better than
This will become your boot camp. It's
We
just
should all be held to the
lock
same
picking,
standard.
locksmithing. It's
And if
like,
I'm not going to talk to you in a certain way in
when
front
you
of my
go
wife
to an
or my
area, it's
kids,
not just about picking the lock to get in
then I'm
some
not
bad
gonna talk
guy's
that
house.
way
This is
at all
also
for the most
about
part, right?
kind of the study of getting them to understand
My
that
wife and kids
notation.
aren't
If
gonna
I
come
got
out
a
to the field
bait
environment, so if
single
they were
pin
there,
picking
then how I talk there is how I would talk to you.
to
right?
get somebody like that in there to
Because
learn
sometimes
the
we just need a little
information
boot to
necessary,
Arse.
and then get them in Fermilab, because I'm going to be under Fermilab time. I always
Team,
understand either here
I think we can do better
or I'm
than
looking
this.
for content anyways. I'm looking for good bad,
I think we can do
and
better.
some neutral things that I might
When I say
sense.
I think we can do better, I mean that you and I
Damn right, Stoker.
can do better each and every single day to live the soldier's creed.
When you start to see squared, seeing it in 3D is
We
just
can do
another
better
step to the
to
fourth
live the
dimension in
creed of
2D
non-commissioned
land.
officer.
It's amazing.
These are our creeds, man. This is what we're supposed to be measured.
It's a string of words,
by
so to
and
make the
with.
jump shouldn't be hard.
What we use to measure, right?
Roman inch or
And the first person
Roman
that needs to be measured
imperial?
is you. It's I, right? That first person,
Calculus.
right?
You?
Measure yourself.
One eye
That's
is
the first
you?
principle of leadership. Know yourself and seek self-improvement.
Yeah, I see me in Stoker. I hope we could, if this ever come out and we watch each other.
So when we get in this environment in life where all we want are nice things being said to us and about us, and I can't stand any form of correction, then I'm gonna miss the mark each and every single time. I'm gonna miss the mark
Yeah.
of knowing myself and seeking self-improvement.
Yeah. Well, it gets to a point though when you got to be careful with it. And it's like
into my life.
you need to
Give
do
me
better on
correction.
these things because everybody else in the room is being light too.
Dude,
It's like
you said this, but that was
we
wrong.
need to look at this a little differently and
Or I
full
saw you
review
do that,
before I snap. Now,
it was wrong.
hopefully, E2 said something like that first. Like, first
I
move
need
on the
people who can
chessboard,
check my ego. Who
is
can
you
help me
gotta
check
check
my pride?
this on what that is. Usually
Because I
stress
don't
and
want
anxiety.
to
Like,
live
military is again so different than...
selfishly.
There's no
I don't
upper
wanna
limit.
make
It's like MOS
what I do
is
all about
Q25, what terminals you can do, the full schematic on
I
everything,
want
and
to
then
be
it's like,
authentic.
so what? They don't
my
know
approach,
GPP3 now and
and I
blockchain.
want my
And
values
it's
to be
like,
embodied.
man, you know what? I got better things to do
evident.
than finger Gunny's wife and build Shangri-La
I'm
at the
going to
same
miss the
time and
mark,
train
and I do.
my own headstone. It's like, man, it's a...
But I'm thankful that I have folks who can speak into my life. Both
That's
my family,
my
as
trait.
well as people.
I just wish I could give that to somebody and then like have them be able to use that word sometime in the correct
deeply
position.
looking forward. And look, man, when folks start speaking negative about you, right? Like TikTok, man, that's wild, wild west,
That's why I always pick Gunny's wife.
right? You can find the craziest things on TikTok, things that nobody would ever share on any other platform. And when you open yourself up to posting, you're going to open yourself up to rude and abrasive things. Same thing here on my channel.
Soft targets.
I get some really insane
Like,
things
I
that are said.
I consider it depends
And
on who you are.
It's okay.
whether
Like
I
I'm
would
gonna continue
figure
to put myself
a
out there
first sergeant
because
named Stoker is a soft target.
I
That's different.
don't mind so
Whoa,
much
You'd be
because I
Camo.
know because I hear feedback that is positive in nature.
but most Karens
that
and Larry's
outweighs.
civilian by nature are soft
So it's all
targets.
good.
If you're fighting
Again,
on those things, you're
Hey, I can do this.
way
You can do
out
this. We can
on-
do this. Team, let me know
Like-
what your thoughts are down in the comments below about anything that we talked about.
I'll give you some
Keep this
comments. I'll just give you a
conversation rolling.
comment, man, just to give you
As
some numbers.
always, man, you keep grinding and you stay stoked.
Again, for me, it's contextually, I'm sure. I mean, I might get in there one of these days to do it actually, to actually say something. But like I said, it's going to get contextual for me in a hurry because I just don't have a little incident report or an Article 15. You know, my stuff starts time into time fraud, work fraud stuff, and I'm looking for notes because they, you know, it starts to be a real argument about you will respect me based on some certain standards, you know, some NCO that's a recruiter in there about giving me shit about AR670-1. And it's regional. That's like my town, Vestal. That's like my area. It's like I mean, I've done the recruiters from other ones, but they just send you to that one anyways. It's not like you can just do the waivers on stuff for me. Not to mention, any kind of, let's look at energy, let's look at trajectory, let's look at a town, let's look at those differentials, because these are every business in town like it's an MOS. And you go for a director of information technology and they hit you with that, I need you to be a master's degree inside of it. And it's like, whoa, where I grew up, man, I was the guy out of all the guys they would throw in the equipment, they would give leads and give operations to, but because I don't have some damn piece of paper along with this, or I'm not wearing active camo right now, when I was like, that's fine, just sign me up to E-Basic route and let me climb the ladder of a higher demographic inside here, and they're like, no. I had to threaten the guy to call the cops on me. And it was the best thing I could have ever done for AR670-1. It's like, what if I was a great recruit? You're telling me some trajectory on a piece of paper says that I'm not going to cut it? That family that I'm doing funeral detail to wouldn't still respect me? Insanity.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Isaac.